If you rely on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, or VA benefits to manage your monthly expenses, today's update is important because this Wednesday, thousands of Americans across the country are scheduled to receive their next Social Security payment. Many seniors have been asking the same question all week. Am I one of the people getting paid this Wednesday? Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you're watching. Here on this channel, we focus on one thing: clear, calm explanations about the benefits millions of Americans depend on every month. No hype, no politics, just the facts explained in plain English. Over the past few days, there has been a lot of confusion online. Some people are saying a new payment is coming, others are worried a payment might be delayed. Many seniors are simply wondering if they need to worry about their deposit this week. In today's update, we will walk through everything step by step. By the end of this video, you will know who gets paid this Wednesday, which Social Security groups are included, how bank timing affects when you actually see the money, what to do if your payment has not shown up yet, and most importantly, you will leave with clarity and peace of mind instead of rumors or guesswork. When you are living on a fixed income, every payment matters. Let us take this one step at a time. We begin with the most important question. What exactly is happening this Wednesday? The answer is very simple. This Wednesday is one of the regularly scheduled Social Security payment days. That is it. There is no emergency change, no surprise benefit program, and no reduction being announced this week. However, because Social Security payments are spread out across the month, not everyone receives their benefits on the same day. That is where the confusion usually begins. Some seniors see neighbors or family members receiving their deposit and immediately wonder why theirs has not arrived yet. The reason almost always comes down to the payment schedule. The Social Security Administration uses a birth date-based system for most retirement and disability benefits, so payments are distributed across several Wednesdays each month. This helps the system run smoothly for millions of recipients. Before moving forward, let us clear up a few rumors that have been circulating online. First, this is not a bonus payment. Some social media posts have suggested there might be an extra Social Security check coming this week. That is not correct. This Wednesday's deposit is simply the next regularly scheduled payment for certain recipients. Second, this is not a benefit cut. No payments are being reduced because of this schedule. The amount you normally receive should remain exactly the same unless you have Medicare premium adjustments, tax withholding changes, or a previous overpayment correction. Third, this is not a new program rollout. The Social Security Administration is not launching a new benefit payment this week. This is purely about timing, and understanding that timing is the key to knowing whether you personally should expect a deposit this Wednesday. Now let us walk through who exactly is included. The Social Security payment system separates recipients into different groups, with each group receiving payments on specific dates every month. If you receive Social Security retirement benefits and your birthday falls between the 1st and the 10th of the month, your payment is scheduled for the second Wednesday of the month. For this month, that second Wednesday is this week. That means if your birthday is, for example, January 3rd, April 6th, or September 10th, your deposit should arrive on this Wednesday's payment date. This group includes millions of retirees across the country. If you fall into this category, this is likely the payment you have been waiting for. What you should expect is a direct deposit arriving on Wednesday. Some banks may show the deposit as pending earlier, and paper checks may arrive later in the week. We will talk more about bank timing shortly. Now let us talk about Social Security Disability Insurance, also known as SSDI. If you receive SSDI and your birthday falls between the 1st and the 10th of the month, your payment schedule is the same as retirement benefits. For this group, the payment date is also this Wednesday. Again, this is not a new payment. It is simply the normal monthly benefit arriving on schedule. What SSDI recipients should expect is a deposit on Wednesday if using direct deposit. There may be possible bank posting delays depending on the financial institution, and paper checks may arrive several days later. Most SSDI payments today are delivered electronically, which means the majority of recipients see their funds the same day Social Security releases them. There is another group of beneficiaries who follow a completely different schedule. These are people who started receiving Social Security before May of 1997. If that applies to you, your payment date is not based on your birthday. Instead, those payments are typically issued on the 3rd of each month. That means this Wednesday payment does not apply to this group. If you are part of the pre-97 system, you likely already received your payment earlier this month. If you are in that category and did not see a deposit this Wednesday, that is completely normal. Your payment was simply scheduled on a different date. Now let us talk about supplemental Supplemental Security Income, or SSI. SSI operates under its own payment calendar. Most SSI payments are issued on the first day of the month. If the first day of the month falls on a weekend or federal holiday, the payment is usually issued on the previous business day. Because of that system, SSI recipients are not part of the Wednesday Social Security schedule. So if you receive SSI only, this Wednesday payment is not part of your normal benefit timeline. Your payment would have already been issued at the beginning of the month. That distinction is very important because many people receive both SSI and Social Security, and the schedules can overlap. Let us briefly mention veterans' benefits. Veterans who receive VA disability or pension benefits follow a different payment calendar as well. Most VA payments are issued on the first business day of each month. So, similar to SSI, the Wednesday Social Security schedule does not apply to most VA recipients. However, some veterans who also receive Social Security Retirement, or SSDI, may still fall into the Wednesday payment groups. In those cases, the payments come from two different agencies and may arrive on different days. Now let us talk briefly about SNAP benefits, also known as food assistance. SNAP is managed at the state level, which means payment dates vary depending on where you live. Some states distribute SNAP benefits across the first 2 weeks of the month, while others spread them across the entire month. Because of that, SNAP deposits do not follow the Social Security Wednesday schedule. Your state's SNAP calendar determines when those benefits arrive. At this point, you may already know whether this Wednesday payment applies to you. But there is another piece of the puzzle that causes confusion every month, and that is bank processing. Just because Social Security sends the payment on Wednesday does not always mean your bank shows it at the exact same moment. The key rule to remember is that the Social Security Administration sends the payment, and your bank decides when you see it. That is an important distinction. The SSA releases payments according to the official calendar, but banks and credit unions process those deposits on their own internal timelines. Some banks release the funds immediately on the payment date. Others may show the deposit as pending first, and a few institutions may take several additional hours or even until the next morning before the funds fully appear in your available balance. This is why two people who receive Social Security can have different experiences on the exact same payment day. For example, one retiree might see their deposit right at midnight, another might see it late Wednesday morning, and someone using a smaller bank or credit union might see the funds later in the afternoon. None of these situations mean the payment is missing. It simply means the bank is processing the deposit. Another factor to consider is direct deposit versus paper checks. Today, the vast majority of Social Security benefits are delivered through direct deposit. That system is faster and safer, but a small number of recipients still receive paper checks through the mail. If you receive a paper check, your payment may arrive several days after the official payment date. Mail delivery times vary depending on location, postal service timing, and even weather conditions. If you are expecting a check rather than a direct deposit, it is normal for it to appear later in the week. Again, that delay is not caused by Social Security itself. It is simply the nature of mail delivery. We have covered what is actually happening, who is included in the Wednesday payment, and how banks process those deposits. But there is still one question many people ask every month. What should you do if your payment has not arrived yet? Let us walk through that step by step. If your Social Security payment has not appeared yet, here is the step-by-step approach experts recommend. The first step is to wait 3 business days. The Social Security Administration advises beneficiaries to wait 3 full business days after the scheduled payment date before reporting a missing payment. Why? Because banks process deposits at different speeds. Even when Social Security sends the payment on the correct date, it can still take time for the banking network to clear the transaction, for your financial institution to post it, and for internal processing systems to update balances. In many cases, the payment appears later the same day or the next morning. So the first step is simply to give the system a little time to finish processing. The next step is to check with your bank or credit union first before contacting Social Security. Always check directly with your financial institution. Sometimes the deposit is already in the system but shows as pending, scheduled, or processing. Bank representatives can usually see incoming deposits before they fully appear in your account. A quick call to your bank can often provide reassurance that the payment is already on the way. Another helpful step is to log into your My Social Security account, often called My SSA. Inside your account, you can check your payment history, the scheduled payment date, and your direct deposit information. This helps confirm whether the payment was issued as expected. If everything looks correct in your account, that is usually a strong sign that the deposit is simply still processing through the banking system. Next, take a moment to double-check your direct deposit information. If you recently changed banks or updated your account details, it is important to make sure your direct deposit information is correct. Even a small error, like a single incorrect digit, can cause a payment to be redirected or delayed. Inside your My SSA account, you can verify your routing number, your account number, and your account type. Making sure those details are accurate helps avoid future payment interruptions. Another thing to watch for is overpayment notices. Occasionally, a payment may be adjusted due to overpayment recovery. This happens when Social Security determines that a beneficiary was previously paid more than they should have received. In those cases, the agency may temporarily reduce a payment to recover the difference. If that happens, Social Security typically sends a written notice explaining the adjustment. So if your payment amount looks smaller than usual, check your mail for any official letters from the SSA. Finally, if 3 business days have passed and the payment still has not appeared, your bank cannot locate it, and your My SSA account shows no explanation, then it is reasonable to contact the Social Security Administration directly. You can reach them at 1-800-77-212-13. Representatives are usually available during normal business hours. When calling, it helps to have your Social Security number, your bank information, and your expected payment date ready. That information allows the representative to quickly locate your account and check the status of the payment. The most important thing to remember during this process is to stay calm and work through the steps one at a time. In the vast majority of cases, missing payments are simply the result of bank processing delays or scheduling differences. Before we continue, let us pause for a moment and acknowledge something that many seniors quietly carry every month. Living on a fixed income is not easy. Over the past few years, prices for everyday essentials have risen. Groceries cost more, utilities cost more, medical expenses continue to climb, and when your income comes from Social Security, every single deposit plays an important role in your monthly budget. If you ever feel anxious waiting for that payment to arrive, that reaction is completely understandable. It simply means you are doing what responsible people do, paying attention to the resources you depend on. That is exactly why clear information matters, because peace of mind begins with knowing what to expect. Now let us go through a quick checklist that can help you stay organized and protected when it comes to your benefits. First, take a moment each month to verify a few key details. Start by confirming your official payment date. You can do this through the Social Security payment calendar, your My SSA account, or official SSA notices. Knowing your correct payment date helps avoid unnecessary worry when other people receive deposits earlier. Next, verify your direct deposit information. Make sure your bank routing number, and account type are still correct. If you ever change banks, update your information immediately to avoid interruptions. It is also a good idea to review your monthly deductions. Some Social Security payments include deductions such as Medicare Part B premiums, Part D prescription coverage, or voluntary tax withholding. Checking those deductions periodically helps you understand exactly why your payment amount may change. The second part of the checklist is protection. Unfortunately, scammers often target seniors who receive government benefits. They may claim to represent Social Security, Medicare, or other federal agencies. They may pressure people to provide personal information. Remember these basic rules. Social Security will not call you unexpectedly asking for payment or gift cards. They will not threaten immediate arrest. They will not demand personal information over unsolicited phone calls. If you ever receive a suspicious message, hang up and contact Social Security directly through official numbers. Another important protection tip is to avoid spending funds before they officially appear in your account. Sometimes people see a pending deposit and immediately begin making purchases. Waiting until the funds are fully posted helps prevent accidental overdrafts. Finally, keep an eye on your bank account for any unusual activity. Regular monitoring is one of the best ways to catch potential fraud early. The final part of the checklist involves benefits that many seniors may qualify for but have not yet explored. Programs that can help reduce monthly expenses include SNAP, which helps many low-income households afford groceries. Eligibility varies by income and state rules. There is also LIHAP, the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program. LIHAP helps with heating and cooling costs during extreme weather seasons. For many seniors, this program can significantly reduce utility bills. Another option is Medicare savings programs. These programs help cover Medicare premiums and sometimes additional medical expenses. They are designed specifically for individuals with limited income. If you are unsure which programs you may qualify for, a helpful starting point is benefits.gov. This official website allows you to explore assistance programs based on your personal situation. Sometimes even a small additional benefit can make a meaningful difference over the course of the year. One question that many viewers ask is whether additional financial relief for seniors might be coming in the future. Right now, the honest answer is that nothing new has been officially approved or signed into law. There are ongoing discussions in Washington about various proposals related to Social Security and senior support programs. These discussions may involve topics like cost of living adjustments, benefit formulas, or broader retirement policy changes. But as of today, there is no confirmed legislation creating new payments or special bonuses. It is important to stay cautious about online rumors suggesting otherwise. Until something is officially passed and announced through the Social Security Administration, those claims should be treated carefully. What we can say with certainty is that the Social Security system continues to issue monthly benefits according to its regular schedule. When credible updates appear, they are usually announced through SSA press releases, official government statements, and major national news outlets. As we wrap up today's midweek Social Security update, here is the key takeaway. If your birthday falls between the 1st and the 10th of the month and you receive Social Security Retirement or SSDI, your next payment is scheduled for this Wednesday. If your payment does not appear immediately, remember this simple rule. Social Security sends the payment and your bank decides when you see it. Give the system a little time to process and follow the steps we discussed if there are delays. If you are comfortable sharing, we would love to hear from you in the comments. Tell us what city and state you are watching from and whether your payment has arrived yet. Those comments often help other viewers see how deposits are appearing across the country. If these updates help you stay informed, consider subscribing so you do not miss future Social Security and benefits news. Thank you for spending a few minutes here today. Remember, clear information, calm planning, and steady awareness can go a long way when you are managing life on a fixed income. Take care, and we will see you in the next update.
Yeah, grind mode on, can't kill my drive. Turn the pressure up, I come alive. Grind mode on, I don't fold, I don't quit. Hunger in my chest, every beat I commit. Eyes on the prize, no sleep till it's won. World in my hands when the grind mode's on. Wake up with a vision, I'm locked on the target. Turn pain into fuel, I'm a flame, I spark it. No shortcuts here, I embrace every test. Pressure on my shoulders, still I handle it best. I was made for the climb, every loss, every scar. Built me in the steel, now I shine like a star. If the road gets rough, I just double my speed. Ambition on 10, I was born to lead. Grind mode on, I don't fold, I don't quit. Hunger in my chest, every beat I commit. Eyes on the prize, no sleep till it's won. World in my hands when the grind mode's on. They said limits exist, but I shattered the frame. Every wall in my path is just fuel for the frame. Discipline heavy, but my spirit is free. I don't chase success, success chases me. I'm the storm and the calm, I'm the rise, I'm the proof. Every bar that I drop is the grind in the booth. Blood, sweat, tears, that's the code I trust. I don't wait for the crown, I earn it, I must.